is He. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Let the earth hear His voice. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Let the people rejoice. Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give Him the glory His He hath done.
And now we're going to try an approach to prayer that may be a little different. Here, I'd like to invite us into a time of imaging intercession. So I want you to consider using your imagination rather than words as the primary way of praying. So let's take a few seconds and take some deep breaths to clear your mind and to center yourself as we prepare for prayer. And now we're going to use imaging as a vehicle to will God's will. So I invite you to start by relaxing and breathe gently, naturally. Don't focus too much on it. And now become aware of God's presence, imagining the presence of the Lord as light and warmth. Allow the glory of the Lord, the Shekinah, to fill your consciousness. When we're in God's presence, we're not alone. We are there with all God's children held in the divine embrace. And so, choose one of those children who has a need for healing, whether it is a healing of mind, healing of body, healing of heart, healing of soul. Lift this person into God's light. Visualize God's love bathing the person and gently penetrating defenses, dissolving pain, cleansing wounds. Use any images that seem appropriate. An image of darkness becoming light, of ice melting, of confusion and chaos being ordered. And now I invite you to see that person in a state of wholeness in God's light, newly created, fresh and beautiful, as seen through the eyes of divine love. Ask God that this beauty be fully realized according to God's design for this person. Take a moment to thank God for whatever gift of healing is given, and release the person into God's care until you pray for them again. It is my hope that this exercise can be a tutor, a mentor of kinds for you to use your imagination more actively in prayer with the Lord. Visualize restored relationships with those for whom you have broken relationships. See old animosities dissolve through the use of your imagination in prayer. You are not trying to manufacture results when you do this, but envision with God what the restoration of creation itself will look like for you and in your life and relationships. May the Lord bless and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace on this day unto the end of the ages. Amen.